Hey, how's it going? My name's Nat. Let's see what's making news. A group from the UN has called for the Great Barrier Reef to be added to the World Heritage in Danger list. Here's Josh to explain.
It's considered one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, but unfortunately things aren't looking too good for the Great Barrier Reef. Today, representatives from the United Nations called for the Great Barrier Reef to be added to the list of World Heritage Sites that are in danger. It's actually the second time the UN has made this recommendation. And last year, the then Environmental Minister Sussan Ley met with members of the UN to try and change their mind and keep the reef off the in danger list. So what's going on? Well, for years now, the Great Barrier Reef has been struggling with something called coral bleaching. That happens when the water is too warm. The coral gets stressed and loses the algae that provides it with nutrients and gives them colour. If the water cools down, the algae can reattach itself. But if the water stays warm, the coral can die. Experts say coral bleaching is becoming more frequent and more severe. So what can be done? Well, issues like this tie back to the current state of the planet as a whole, and I'm talking climate change here, which just isn't an easy thing to fix. But UN delegates say that by listing the Great Barrier Reef as in danger officially, it would send a strong message to the Australian government to do more to protect this natural wonder.
It would just show that this site needs urgent help and would require extra funding and initiatives.
The National Party has said that it won't support an Indigenous voice to Parliament.
The National Party has made a position that we will not support the voice to Parliament. We believe in empowering local Indigenous communities, giving them the power at a local level.
You might remember earlier this year, the PM, Anthony Albanese, announced that Australia would be holding a referendum to decide whether or not there should be a permanent body representing Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people that would advise the government on Indigenous policy. It's something many people have been wanting for a while.
60,000 years they've been speaking.
But no voice.
The Nationals are now the first major party to publicly campaign against the voice to Parliament, but advocates for the campaign are hoping to change their mind.
It's a bit premature, really, and a bit inept to think that you'd adopt a position well out before you saw anything of what the people, the First Nations people, are asking for of the government.
The world's largest volcano is erupting for the first time in nearly 40 years. It's called Mauna Loa, and it's on Hawaii's Big Island. Take a look.
This river of lava is flowing from the biggest active volcano in the world, Mauna Loa in Hawaii.
This is from 1984, the last time Mauna Loa erupted. Now, after napping for 38 years, the volcano that covers more than half of Hawaii has woken up.
You know, we're way overdue. We were way overdue for a Mauna Loa eruption.
Hawaii is no stranger to volcanic eruptions, with the most recent being Kilauea, a smaller volcano not too far from Mauna Loa, in 2018.
I think it's faster than a turtle can move.
The reason this happens so much in Hawaii is because volcanoes actually helped form the islands. You see, Mauna Loa and Kilauea are known as hotspot volcanoes. They form over a place where molten rock, or magma, has built up under the Earth's crust. When enough pressure builds up, the magma comes out as a volcano. When it hits the water, it cools down and becomes solid, forming new islands. Experts aren't sure how long Mauna Loa will erupt for. And while no one is in any danger, authorities are telling locals and tourists to keep an eye out for updates.
It sure is popping off in here, just like these next stories. All-you-can-eat popcorn. Yep, you heard that correct. This cinema in Thailand was offering all-you-can-eat popcorn for just $8. Oh, and it gets better. People were able to bring their own container, which of course meant all kinds of strange and creative containers lined up for a fill-up. This is the moment a meteor popped into Earth's atmosphere above Brazil. The bright flash was captured by cameras belonging to the owner of a local space observatory, and he was pretty chuffed. And finally, this stadium in Venezuela was popping off, with more than 2,000 people who had gathered to try to beat the world record for the world's largest Rua de Casino salsa dance. Well, it's about time I pop off too. See you tomorrow.